Well, thank you all for coming in on this fourth and final day of the challenge. Today, we're going to focus on strengthening your accounting systems and kind of pulling in everything that we've covered so far and how you can sustain things moving forward. Let's jump into strengthening your accounting systems. Today, these are our objectives. We're going to talk about the different types of financial advisors, some of the benefits of having a trusted advisor. We'll learn tips on how to strengthen your systems and then create an accounting schedule. And that ties all the way back into week one. What time of year are you doing your budgeting? What time of year are you paying your taxes? All those things. The first part, a trusted advisor. In our minds, we all know it's a professional that offers advice and services to help businesses manage their finances effectively. And I just shared a few examples of what that may look like. And here are the types of advisors that come to mind that I hear a lot in the industry. Not all of these come all at once, especially as a solopreneur. It's not maybe necessary to have anyone other than a payroll service provider if you're paying yourself wages, or your tax preparer. Business banker, 100%. If you all don't already have that strong relationship with the banker, it really comes in handy. And I love mentors, coaches, consultants for different things in business. For example, marketing is one of my weaknesses. So definitely having someone coaching me in that way helps. The role I've played for this training is that of a coach. I want to talk about definitions. We're not going to read through all of this, but I took some time and just tried to summarize some of these terms, especially when you go into like corporate terminology like a CFO. If you're not familiar with it, these slides will be available with the definitions. Such a wealth of information online too, and a lot of people make their resources available. One of my favorites is the Budgetnista. Y'all heard me talk about her in week one with the noodle budget. So leveraging those advisors can be really beneficial. These are some of the benefits that come to mind when I think about why I feel so strongly about having advisors, not just their expertise. I love having an accountability with them. If it's a monthly check-in or a quarterly, it's very beneficial, helping me solve problems. A few weeks back, the question came up about estimated tax payments. That's a really good way to leverage those advisors, is someone who has that expertise, guidance, and of course, they help mitigate risk. And then I threw our little AI friend and just say, you can also, kind of have a conversation with AI and ask some questions, maybe at whatever stage of business you're in or some of the things you're challenged by. What advisor would they recommend? What's really important before you go on the journey of hiring someone to help you is consider these questions. What type of support do you need? What functions do you want to outsource? For me, easily, it's taxes and payroll. I do not enjoy those. I don't like keeping up with the changes. So for me, I would want to outsource those functions. And we talked about different functions last week as well. So you can check the slides on that. What qualities of an advisor are most important? Their communication, their integrity, their punctuality. Think through what are the main things, because as you're researching online or even interviewing a potential advisor, you can kind of ask questions that help solidify whether or not they have those qualities that you're looking for. And then I love doing pros and cons fairly regularly when I'm making a decision. Think about what are the pros of going and outsourcing and the cons as well. Think through all those questions, and that should give you some guidance. After you're done with that, of course, you want to start researching and most definitely talk to people in your network that they've had good experiences with. Let's move on to sustaining your systems. I just did a little formula. I'm a very visual person. So we're going to break down these three components to help lead to improved money management. I would encourage everyone to start off by reaffirming your why, and we'll talk more on that. Also, mapping out your plan, And then not just create, but create and follow a schedule. When you reaffirm your why, I like to think about visually, how full is my tank or how empty is my tank? When it comes to dealing with your money, when it comes to operating your business, just doing a check-in, and that will help solidify why you may or may not outsource, why you may or may not implement these systems. Here are the 3 prompts I would ask you to consider. How has your current financial practices impacted your business and personal life? What are your financial goals for your business and personal life? And then how can a stable accounting framework positively benefit your current and your desired lifestyle? If you think about all the puzzle pieces we've been putting together, and I hope that you see how they build upon each other and all work collectively to have a healthy system. If you had things just dialed in really smooth and streamlined, how could that really benefit you? Right? You're not forgetting to pay whatever bill, or having to run all over and pick up checks from customers or hound down customers for checks. If you have your systems and your policies, it can really benefit you. It's less stress and saves time. We're trying to be proactive, because if everyone on this call has a vision to grow their business, what your financial goals are, then it's important you get this framework as soon as possible so that you can continue to grow and be prepared for potential meetings, partnerships, investors, all of that. And what I've introduced these 4 weeks are some fundamentals, so you're more prepared than an average entrepreneur coming in with no background or knowledge of accounting. So kudos to all of you again for showing up. It's so critical. Your why will help drive you. It's the fuel to keep your tank full. Another why many people want to do is they envision going to a tropical island. They want to take a month off of work and just relax. That could be a why for someone. Whatever motivates you, I just wanted to, that's where the Caribbean music at the beginning came into play, is think about it. Think big. What is it? Moving on to part number 2, mapping out your plan. So I encourage you to outline your business priorities. Also consider your capacity and your budget. Create SMART goals for at least 12, ideally 18 months or more. I mean, I'm a fan of 3 and 5 year strategic plans, which also incorporate finances. But starting off, please create your goals. And we are most all probably familiar with SMART goals. I have some examples here of some goals you can even use and jot down in your notebook or type on a spreadsheet. Make it your own, but these are commitments as you're mapping out the plan to implement your framework. And the third one, creating a schedule. I want to emphasize, not only does it help manage your money, it'll help grow your profits, because you're looking at your numbers, you're seeing your numbers, you're able to pivot or improve in different areas once you're paying attention to the numbers. Here's a pro tip just to keep in mind, is to make time for improvement. And really, when it comes to most everything I would think in business, but really with accounting and developing your framework, you go through a development phase, then you're going to implement, then you're going to refine, and then rinse and repeat, and the cycle continues. Whether that's once a year, once a month, you can make the determination how frequently you need to really evaluate what's working for you and what's not. And then you go into making those adjustments, refining it, developing it, and going back around to implement. You're going to be challenged to develop your accounting schedule. So here's a little recap. You'll get these in the copies of the slides, talking about the financial advisors and then tips to strengthen your systems. And now I want to wrap up with our framework. Usually I present this in the beginning, the 5 pillars of healthy money management practices. These are our pillars. If you look through the list, we have covered a tremendous amount in 4 weeks, but it doesn't just stop there. There were some challenges for you all. So you may remember in week 1, you were challenged to develop your budget. And then in week 2, you were challenged to draft your company's accounting policies. Week 3, create a month-end close checklist. And then today, we just mentioned develop your accounting schedule. And then a quick check-in on week 1. I think I saw some 2s and 3s in the chat when I asked you all to rate how well organized, systematic, and manageable are your current accounting practices. And my hope is, if nothing else, you have the knowledge, more knowledge to help you get there after going through this challenge. So congratulations to everyone. As a reminder, one size or style does not fit all. And I put this as a reminder to myself as well, because there was a lot introduced. Some you knew, some was new, but please know you have to make it your own based on your needs and the stage you're in right now. So I encourage you not to get overwhelmed. I think I say that probably every week. Thank you again for coming by.